Hello folks, my name is Mike and I'll be your bartender for today. This week's cocktail is going to be a delicious wildberry mojito. Now, one thing that's really fresh is having a mojito because you're using the fresh ingredients. The ones I could find that I wanted for you guys to make at home would be a wildberry mojito. We're going to be making it with raspberries, fresh blueberries, some mint leaves, and some fresh lime wedges. So the first thing we're going to start off is you need to have a muddle. You could have any sort of muddle. This one just happens to be a little bit of a jagged edge on it. We're going to take in 3 limes. We're going to put in about 5 or 6 raspberries and 6 to 7 blueberries. You want to have about an equal part of juice for both. Then we're also going to add in about a tablespoon or a teaspoon of sugar. You can use brown sugar or white sugar. I generally prefer to use brown sugar because it's a little bit more raw, and what it's doing is it's helping rip apart all the fruits and all the ingredients that we've put into it, so it's helping ripping and extract a lot of that juice out of it. So generally I prefer brown sugar, but today we only have white sugar, so that's what we'll use. We also need some fresh mint leaves. And with the mint leaves, you want to use about 4 or 5 of them. We're not making just a regular mojito, so I don't need a lot of them. I need to balance out the cocktail. And what I could do is just sort of rip it in half, which sort of releases some of the flavors already. But we're going to muddle it up so we don't have to do it too, you don't have to rip them too fine. So this will do about 5 because one of the pieces was small. So now we have all the ingredients, and what we're going to do is we're going to muddle this up. So what we want to do is put the muddle right into our glass and start pushing and extracting a lot of the juices right out of our fruits that we have in there. The sugar is going to help rip apart some of the fruit that we have, especially the lime, which is rather coarse and really hard. And you want to get all the juice out of there. You can really tell when it's done when there's really not much left of the fruit. A lot of people ask when you're doing it, well, could I put it in a blender, or could I get some of the juices out of that without doing it? And you could, but we don't want to rip apart the rind of the lime, and that's why we're just pressing the juice right out of it. So now that we have that done, now we're going to add our alcohol. And what I've used is a Brugal rum, which is a really nice Dominican rum, and this amber sort of color that it has is going to be really nice and flavorful in our wildberry mojito. So I'm going to put an ounce of this. Now once we have that in there, what we want to do is we want to add our ice. And we're going to add with a splash of soda. Now I'm going to give this a stir to break down any of the layers that we have and to make sure it's all mixed properly. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have our garnish, and we're going to take the nicest part of our fresh mint and sort of lay that on top, and a straw for another stir. Generally when you're drinking a mojito, I like to have it without a straw so you're not sucking up some of the seeds and some of the fresh fruit. And when you're doing it, you get the nice aromas from the fresh mint that we garnished with, as well as what we use in the drink, which is really releasing a lot of the good flavors. Enjoy your wildberry mojito.